I'm Christopher's Y, going green this week for the new animated version of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Mutant Mayhem, the Australian horror film Talk to Me, Randall Park's directorial debut of Shortcomings, one of Ed Asner's farewell performances in Tiger Within, and Casey Affleck and Walton Goggins as Donnie and Joe Emerson in the biopic Dreamin Wild. Let's take a look. Our first movie is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Mutant Mayhem, and while I'm not a fan of the franchise, I still enjoyed this stylized animated feature as far as it went. It actually uses teenagers voicing the turtles, who are all named after the famous painters Leonardo, Michelangelo, Donatello, and Raphael.
Don't let any human see you, because why?
Humans are the demon scum of the earth. Avoid them, don't say hi. They lust to murder that which is different from them. To interact with them is to die.
And hey, I know that's objectively prejudiced, but that's what Dad taught us.
I think humans seem kind of cool, to be honest. Beyonce,
Drake, that guy's the goat of all
I'd love
time.
to have a champagne brunch with Tom Brady.
Guy Fieri seems like a fun hang, and I've always wanted to go to Flavor Town.
Look, we all think humans are cool, but we got a job to do.
Let's go!
Let's
I'm the leader of the group.
Leo.
You sound like you have bronchitis.
They all wish they could mingle with humans, but their rat father figure Splinter, voiced by Jackie Chan, doesn't approve of them. In fact, he freaks out when they sneak off to a screening of Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
You said you would go shopping, then come right back. Where were you?
Nothing.
Look, we're really sorry, Splinter. Some of the guys want to see a movie and I try to talk them out of it.
What? You watch a movie with a humans?
You ratted us out.
Hey, don't use that word that way.
I mean, it's 2023.
Sorry, Dad.
Seth Rogen co-wrote, co-produced, and co-stars as the mutant warhawk Bebop, while John Cena plays his rhino partner Rocksteady, and Ice Cube voices their gang leader Superfly. They all plan to get revenge on humanity if only they can shake off the Turtles, who plan to bring them to justice.
This is wild. I mean, this is crazy. Like, let me guess. 15 years ago, right? Some sludge was dumped in the sewer, and y'all came from that.
Well, we prefer the term ooze, but yeah.
It's like more like, it's just nicer.
It
sounding.
rolls off the tongue better, yeah.
Ooze. It's nice, right?
Ooze. I like that. I like ooze.
Even if the story isn't as patient as the Spider-Verse movies, there are still a number of interesting aspects regarding these turtles who want to attend high school like normal teenagers but must prove their worth to society, who obviously has a problem with mutants, and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem makes some wise casting choices, state-of-the-art animation, and jokes that can be dirty or nostalgic depending on how you view Rogen's work. And this was co-written and directed by Jeff Rowe, who offers the same animation style as in The Mitchells vs. the Machines. Again, I'm no expert, but I still had a good time with this one, dudes. Next up we have Talk to Me, an Australian horror film that I can imagine how it would have turned out if it was part of the Conjuring universe, but I don't want to. In fact, this is smarter and much more thought-provoking than in the American terms. It features a game in which you shake an embalmed hand and you say two things, talk to me and I let you in. That's when you make contact with the dead, and that's when these teenagers film these conversations with their iPhones. The main player of the game is Mia, played by Sophie Wilde, who keeps playing this game up to the point of dire consequences.
What did the hand feel like?
It felt amazing. I could see and feel everything on the other side. So my mom, she was trying to reach out. I'm here.
Talk to Me was directed by twin filmmakers Danny and Michael Philippou, who also have an Australian YouTube channel by the name of Raka Raka, which is known for its intense comedy horror videos. This is a scary film. Not jump-in-your-face scary, but haunting and patient with more originality than what was presented in Cobweb. A24 sure manages to pick some fresh and riveting horror films to distribute, and there's a lot of wonder and scares inside Talk to Me to really be absorbed, and that's one hand I sure ain't shaking my hand with. Next up, Shortcomings, which is the directorial debut of Randall Park and is also a good-hearted comedy with an interesting character study. Justin H. Min, who was great last year in After Yang, plays Ben, who runs an art house theater and has a more successful girlfriend named Miko, played by Ali Mackey. They decide to take some time apart, and she has a 3-month internship in New York City, so that should buy them some time to think about their relationship.
You always assume the worst about me, and then you end up acting crazy over nothing.
I'm not acting crazy, so stop using that word.
You're just proving my point.
Sherry Cola, who also did a great job this summer in Joyride, plays his lesbian friend, who has the right wisecracks, while Debbie Ryan plays another lesbian, whom Ben likes.
Can I kiss you?
Ben.
Sorry, I'm a little out of practice.
It's clear.
Park directs Shortcomings with more honesty and charisma than how Charlie Day tried and failed with Fool's Paradise. The screenplay was also written by cartoonist Adrian Toomey, who also wrote the graphic novel. He really knows how to have movie characters with a reflection on life, and the performances are lively and charming in the ways that bring out the humor and consistency. I saw this virtually at the Sundance Film Festival, and even though I couldn't read all the characters, I still enjoyed it for its good heart. Our next movie is Tiger Within, which is one of Ed Asner's final performances before his death in 2021. Unfortunately, it didn't give me the kind of warm-hearted experience I had just witnessed in June with his voice role in the upshort film Carl's Date, which premiered with Elemental. In fact, it ends up being a bit crass, as he plays a Holocaust survivor in Los Angeles, taking in a teenage anti-Semite played by Margaret Josephson, who just left her Cleveland home, and he tries to change her ways.
It's a heart.
Why is it a heart?
We have one, don't you? I think God gives everybody the same gift. Most people just don't unwrap the gift. I can remember a time in the world when everyone was wrong. Man is generated by greed. He makes wars on what he thinks he needs, but actually it's what he wants.
The way to really honor Ed Asner is to look back at his best work. Tiger Within does allow him to use a Yiddish accent while keeping his mannerisms, but I feel he doesn't get the kind of respect he deserves within the story and his connection with the girl. In fact, it becomes too repetitive and crass for me to really sympathize with anyone. Yes, there are times when you feel bad for the girl and Josephson looks and plays the part, but there are also times when you feel a bit overwhelmed by the behaviors. It just wasn't for me. I'll stick to Asner's best material, as you should too. And our last movie is Dreamin Wild, which is about the musician brothers Donnie and Joe Emerson, who started playing music in the 1970s, went their separate ways career-wise, and reunited when they're both given the chance to make themselves more well-known. Casey Affleck plays Donnie, while Walton Goggins plays Joe, and Zooey Deschanel plays Donnie's wife.
New York Times want to do a story on you guys.
Are you kidding me?
And now he wants it to be the kickoff for a tour.
It's so weird to have this now, and I'm not sure what to do with all of it.
Flashback sequences feature Noah Jupe as the teenage Donnie and Jack Dylan Grazer as the young Joe, whose father, played by Beau Bridges, sells hundreds of acres of land in their family farm to pay for their recording studio, and eventually Donnie would have to be a solo artist while his brother would stay behind to help out with the family.
I'm just sorry, Dad, for putting you through all of it.
Oh, so baby.
You're my son. I would have gladly given up all the land just to hear you play.
Dreamin Wild was written and directed by Bill Pohlad, who also directed Love and Mercy, and both of these movies are about famous musicians in two different time periods, and they allow the actors to represent the humanity and troubles inside the real-life characters. Affleck and Jupe as Donnie and Goggins and Grazer as Joe are all fine, while Bridges delivers some excellent work as their father. Even though there could have been a little more depth to the story, there is still enough love and support for us to really root for the Emerson brothers, so check it out. Okay, recapping the new movies I reviewed this week: thumbs up for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Mutant Mayhem. Thumbs way up for Talk to Me, and I'm sure not going to shake hands with this one. Thumbs up for Shortcomings, thumbs down for Tiger Within, and thumbs up for Dreamin Wild. Well, those are the movies I'm reviewing this week. I'm Christopher Zweig. Stay safe, and I'll see you at the movies, dudes. For more amazing content, please like and subscribe to my channels, and please read my reviews at cjatthemovies.com and download the new HD Radio app.